Hey, everybody, and welcome into Live with Greg on this Thursday night. I am talking to a Chattanooga native tonight. She's living in Taiwan, believe it or not. I'm going to tell you why she's living in Taiwan. But before we talk to Juanita Brown Ingram tonight, we're going to look at her new reality show with her entire family, her husband, her son, her daughter. Take a quick look at this little quick teaser, and then we'll chat.
Been a bumpy ride, but we here now. We moving up, but we moving out. We international now. Me and my fam. We in the fam. No deep lux farming in the sky like we own the land. We own the land. And we know the plan. We know the plan. We expects now, so we just hold my hand on this journey. New place, but we learning. Put our feet where our ceiling at. We moving forward, we ain't looking back. Hold our hand on this journey. New place, but we learning. Put our feet up where our ceiling at. We moving forward, we ain't looking back. No, no. No, 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 no.
All right, friends, you have a brand new show you can check out right now, and it's coming out, I believe, in just a few days. We're going to talk to Juanita in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and bring her into the conversation tonight. She is over in Taiwan. I think you're 13 hours ahead of us. How's it going?
Good. How are you? I'm so happy to be here.
So happy to be talking to you. Good morning to you. Good evening to everyone watching. So first off, how is everything in Taiwan?
Oh, it's fantastic. I love being here, love the country. It's beautiful, and most important, it's safe. So we are 230 plus days with no local COVID cases. And, it's a blessing. I definitely see why God brought us here. When we first moved here, of course, it was long before COVID ever happened. But there's no place on earth that I would rather be right now, outside of the fact that I miss my family.
We know that you miss your family, and just I've heard so many amazing things about you. And even though you're in Taiwan, you're still pouring back into this community in so many ways. And we'll get to that in just a moment. But first, we got to talk about this reality show. So, how did all of this come about?
Well, I had the idea for the show 5 years ago. So I'm an attorney. That's my background, but I'm also a filmmaker. Lived in London for almost 5 years. And when we were in London, we used to do this event called Soul Food Saturdays and Soul Food Sundays. And we would go from house to house, and there would be like 30 of us, Frankie Beverly and Mays playing, we're barbecuing on the lawn, kids are running around, and then you look up and there's Windsor Castle. And it hit me that type of exposure and that type of experience had not been seen in the public audience before. And so as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, you always want to look for a narrative or something new, something that hasn't been done. For me, my production company is a 501c3. One of our missions and our focus is to bring forth narratives of Black people and people without a voice and things that you haven't seen, and in ways that breaks stereotypes. So, we were living in London, and the idea came to me. And then we moved back to the US for a little bit. And then this time on our way out, I just felt like it was time. This is a fully Black funded show. I decided to dedicate an entire year of my salary and fund it myself. And so that way I can control, ownership is so important. Controlling our narrative is important. I wanted to make sure that it was done in a way that was honorable, that showed Black people in a positive light, that showcased the country that we were moving to and really the journey, and that it was something new and authentic. So it's a new subcategory in the reality genre. We call it smart reality, and it's a docuseries, and it's all about my family. The Black Panthers coined the phrase edutainment years ago. So it's educational and entertainment. I hope people laugh. I hope it makes people smile. I hope it makes people travel when we can one day.
I know that's right. I'm looking forward to going to Taiwan one day. When you look at this show, and I was looking at the previews, and you look at most reality shows, you see a lot of like cattiness and fighting and all types of stuff and bickering. But I love the cuteness of your family. So I have to ask, how in the world did you get your husband to say, yes, I'll do this? Your daughter and your son.
Yeah, well, my husband's used to me now. We've been married for 16 years, and he's completely supportive of everything that I do. I think that's the beautiful place of where we are as a family. And, I don't think that that's shown enough on television, where you have a husband and wife that really are aligned. Part of the reason was because of the ethos of the show. One, it was going to be a positive show. And two, he is also committed to putting forth images of Black families, important, really important, of Black men that are positive, that are different. And so, of course, he trusts me implicitly with his image and everything, but he also knows how passionate I am about empowering Black women, Black people, how passionate I am about the nonprofits that I'm running and that we were showcasing in the show. And, being a trailing spouse, that's what they call a spouse that moves for your spouse's job.
Looks like we lost Juanita there, but you know what? We have a preview of the brand new show, The Expats. Take a good look at this, and then we'll chat in just a moment.
From backyard to abroad comes a new season of smart reality docu-series like you've never seen it before.
Bring it in. Okay. The International Ingrams have landed.
You've seen her before on Newsmax, Black Love, Sky News, and Travel Noir. But this time, well-noted attorney, author, and actress Juanita Ingram gets personal.
I wear a lot of hats, but the wife-mom roles are the most important to me. I have 2 beautiful kids and a husband whose job is taking us all over the world.
I'm Kinsley. I want to be fabulous just like my mom. I am indeed the star. I'm KJ and I'm an avid gamer. I play sports and I have an IQ of 153.
I'm Keenan Ingram. I'm an executive at a pharmaceutical company. We lived in London for 5 years and now we're settling into life back in the States.
Everything is going great. Work, charity in London, new projects.
Can we talk for a minute? I was asked about the possibility of us going to Asia.
Who's gonna tell the kids?
So we're talking and then she says, we're going to Taiwan. And I go, I don't want to move. No, Keenan. No.
It's one thing to, to support, like I believe in you, but to put your dreams on hold.
When you move for your spouse's job, you get labeled as the trailing spouse, like roadkill, being drugged behind a car.
She's known to be a legal maverick, but is she prepared for the challenges lying ahead?
Those fish heads?
This is no fish head.
Fish head. So what'd you think of the school?
What do you think?
I'm not sure we even have a choice, because they don't have a space for Kinsley. They may not have a space for KJ.
The school in Taiwan rejected KJ. Said his teacher recommendation. I don't know. His teacher and I had an incident that occurred earlier in the year. She was yelling at my son and telling him that he should drop out of school. And she's lied on my son before. Unbelievable. I have to homeschool.
Buy a book or two. I mean, like, how hard could it be?
As an attorney, I'm trained to be prepared for anything at all times. But this is a stretch.
Hi, this is Christy calling with your mammogram results. After looking at the MRI, it looks like you're going to need surgeries in both breasts.
It's overwhelming. Just stop filming. Just give me a minute. We moved in less than 2 weeks.
An international move comes with its own drama.
I'm not comfortable in my own body. I didn't want to be cut. I have to do something more than just folding clothes and cleaning up after everybody. I need something more.
We knew there might be earthquakes. We knew there might be typhoons. We never thought there'd be a coronavirus.
We're here at the Solidarity Rally for Black Lives Matter.
This man came up and attacked my mom.
Blacks kill blacks. 50 a day.
The Expats International Ingrams show you all the lifestyle, realities, and beauty of being black and abroad.
Once you go black, you don't go back.
And there you have it, the International Ingrams checking out everything in Taiwan. And so I'm going to get back to Juanita. She's back here live from Taiwan this evening. It's morning over there. How's it going?
It's going great.
We lost you for a second, but it's okay. Technology, things happen. But I have to ask you, what was it like allowing the cameras to come into your family's personal space and just talk about a lot of different topics?
I think it was really refreshing in a very interesting way. I know that people don't know this, but it took about 2 years to make this project. So we first started hitting record on the camera in December of 2018. So, it was different because you don't really expect to have cameras following you around everywhere, but it was necessary. And this isn't my first time being in front of a camera. I've acted in many different things and different indie feature films in London and also a television series in Indianapolis. So it wasn't foreign for me. My daughter is also an actress. My son is too. My husband was the only person that was really new to this. So, but he comes alive on camera. I didn't even know he had that. I knew he had that much personality in person. I didn't know that he wouldn't be afraid when the cameras came on. So that was fun.
I think you guys are just a really cute, cool family hanging out in Taiwan. I was watching you guys in some of the video clips, walking down the streets and looking at some of the different types of food. You told me before we got on air, your husband's from Alabama, and I know, being from Alabama myself, I know my dad eats squirrel and rabbit and everything else. What about you?
When I met my husband, I was vegetarian. Sometimes I'm vegetarian, vegan, a little pescatarian now that we've moved and I have limited choices, or I'm just now finding some of the vegan options that are here. But my husband is the complete opposite. He is a carnivore. He eats it all. And I do think it's from being raised in Alabama. I have a very delicate digestive system. My husband could eat a tin can and keep on moving. Like, there's nothing. I tease with him on the show, like, you're part goat. You know, like, you can eat anything. And he does. And he explores a lot of different foods. He's very comfortable doing that. He's done that forever. And he's just curious about food. We are both foodies. So he loves it.
For people watching tonight, if they want to check out this brand new reality docuseries, how do we find it and all that good stuff?
It is on Amazon Prime right now. So you go to Amazon Prime, type in the Expats, and it'll come right up. So it is there. It's 20 episodes. Stream it, share it. We're here. And just what do you hope for the holidays too?
I know, just in time for the holidays for us to do something at home. I'm all for like a week and a half, so I'm looking forward to checking it out myself. What do you hope people take away?
I hope people become inspired. One, I think in this day and age that we're living in, especially this time during the holiday season, I think people need reason to laugh and to smile. I hope that they become inspired to travel, to broaden their horizons, to think differently about living abroad, about seeing different places. I hope that they find solutions to navigate through change, because that's really the uniform, relatable issue in the show. So whether you're moving to a new place or just navigating through this world of change that we're in right now, hopefully they'll find the ability to do that. And then also to break stereotypes. I want to normalize positive images of Black people, positive images of Black families, positive images of Black people globally, being and living everywhere and being happy.
And Juanita, I have another clip. I want to show this of you and your husband. I think it's about 2 minutes. So okay. I love this clip, and I picked this one specifically because of what we just talked about. So we're going to check out this clip, and then we'll talk in just a second.
I believe God's word is true when he says he knows the plans he has for us. And I believe he has great plans for us. So those plans will be in Taipei, or those plans will be here. But he's got great plans for us. So
I plan to go to Dubai.
You know Dubai is not close to Taipei.
It's close enough.
Okay.
It's on the Asian continent. Okay. Isn't it? I'm asking. You know, I took geography twice. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm asking.
Is Dubai on the Asian continent?
Yeah. It is.
I don't know.
Isn't it?
Is it?
You've been there 30,000 times. Won't even pack me in a suitcase. Never even offer for me to go. I said I wanted to go to Dubai. He's like, you wouldn't like it. Sends picture on a camel. I want to go to Dubai. Okay, I think that's in the Lord's will.
That's the stipulation. Her stipulation is a dog. You want to go to Dubai.
I want to get on my camel, yes, and strut.
Okay, you can go to Dubai, even though it's not close to Taipei.
That's not your point.
But
missed.
But we're not getting a dog. That's too much. That's too much to go over there with a dog. And we know she doesn't do dogs the way I do dogs. So we can't do her type of dog experience. We just need a normal dog that kind of lives within its means, doesn't have a budget or a spreadsheet or any of that kind of stuff.
No, Keenan does an old, hard, husky Alabama dog that you tie to a tree, never take it to the vet, never take it inside. That's what happened to Hercules. Y'all tied him to a tree, and the only time he went to the vet was when he got put down. I do dogs a little bit different, okay?
A lot different, a lot. And
when we were first married, I had a dog named Poochie. Okay, he was a little black miniature poodle, former show dog. Poochie had a wardrobe, a smoking jacket, and a matching sleigh bed with me. He was a very manly man. Poochie never liked Keenan. Okay, Poochie was an indoor dog. Well, he didn't like me. Okay, when he used to hug me, Poochie would cry. He wasn't feeling it. He would walk up to him and pee on him. I felt that was a bit much.
They had a very special relationship.
We did. There should be a family member. They should be like family. You treat them like an animal, and that's not okay.
as I said, we can't do dogs the way you want to do dogs and move the whole family to another continent. So my opinion is if we're going to do a dog, we got to do it differently. Or we can wait till we get back because there's going to be too much change to add a dog into all of this going on. But we can talk about that later. We can.
I'll let you break that to Kinsley.
Okay.
All right. I kept up my end. We went shopping.
Well, my end wasn't the dog. I wasn't consulted.
It's your end now. What was that?
I don't know. Your kids.
And there you have it, the International Ingrams, and they are just absolutely amazing. I love this family. And so Juanita's coming back in tonight, and she has been working on this project, fully funded it herself. What, when you were doing this whole project, there was one part in the trailer that I noticed where it really got personal. How hard was that for you to share that on camera?
It was difficult a little because it was very real and it was life-threatening and it was a lot. It was just a lot. It was a lot to deal with. I don't think I really had a choice to share it or not because it was such a big part of my life at the time. I mean, it took me 3 months just to be able to raise my arm again. So we were going to have to explain what's going on and why I arrived in a wheelchair in Taiwan. So it's like, either you stay authentic and honest, but it wasn't so hard because I know a lot of women, especially since the show has aired and since I started sharing my experience of that, a lot of women that had that experience, that had their mammogram and results came back and they had to have surgery and, extensive surgery, some people. And so I've been able to share. I've always been really committed to empowering women. And I think sometimes the rough times that we go through allows us to qualify ourselves or to be qualified to minister to others in a different way. So it's an honor to be able to encourage other women. I am a big advocate of getting your annual mammogram. It was my first mammogram that I had. I was 41. I'm ashamed that I didn't do it at 40. I did wait till I was 41, or actually I was 42 at the time, and should not have waited. But I'm glad that I got it when I did, and they do save lives. So I'm a huge advocate of that. And, it affects hundreds of women everywhere. So, yeah.
When it comes to local connection, I'm here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is where you're from. So when you think back to your days growing up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and now you are an attorney, you're abroad, you're in Taiwan, doing some extraordinary things, film company. For those students that are at your former high school or other students in our area, what would you say to them as they're reaching towards their own dreams?
Oh gosh, anything is possible. And to really cherish the nurturing environment that you're in. Chattanooga is a beautiful, beautiful community, beautiful environment. I am a graduate of Brainerd High School, went to Dalewood Middle School, Woodmore Elementary. I'm a Candy Castle kid, so I am Chattanooga to the bone. And it's beautiful because, interestingly enough, back in June, I was on a high school reunion Zoom, my 25-year high school reunion. And I looked at the faces on that Zoom, and I was here in Taiwan, and it was just warm. We still travel together. We still go on vacations together. But I looked on that Zoom and I saw faces of people that I had known since I was 2 years old. And so I would tell people that are there in my high school, young people that are there, cherish these moments, reach for the stars. You can do anything. I am just a woman from Chattanooga, just like them. Think big. Travel when the world reopens. Your world is bigger than where you are. I was very fortunate to be in some wonderful programs, Black Achievers, Inroads, a lot of people that poured into me in the Chattanooga area. It is a very nurturing environment. So cherish that. You'll always take that with you, but don't be afraid to allow yourself and give yourself permission to be everything that God has called you to be. And don't worry about what other people are saying or how they see you. It's important about how you see yourself, and where God is taking you, and don't be afraid to go.
Amen. When you think about your life and being in Taiwan, I think it's really cool that even though you're thousands and thousands of miles away, across 13 hours away, I think, ahead of us, you are still pouring back into this community. And we did an interview a few months ago about Dress for Success. You're helping other women to dress for success. Why was that something important to you?
Oh, we live in a society right now where it used to be that we had 30 seconds to make an impression to really change the trajectory of our life. Now it's more like 7. And I've been a long time supporter and actually was a founder of Dress for Success in London while we were living there. And I just saw the impact and transformation that was made in women. We know in society, and even especially now, statistically, they're already predicting that COVID will impact women more than any other population. What we do at Dress for Success is attack poverty. We help unemployed women get back into the workplace. I know that when you look better, you feel better, but we do more than just the dressing and the suit. We've got all virtual services now. We're doing virtual interview coaching, virtual resume reviews, mock interview sessions with people. And we're even doing now what's called DFS Express, like a little express card, where we're giving gift cards so women can go online to shop for the clothes that they need for their interviews safely and comfortably. I am just, I did all of this work in London, and our London affiliate last year won for the best affiliate out of 150. And so we're doing something right. I wanted to take my talent and experience and give it back to the people that look like me in my own community right where I'm from. So I'm very proud of the work that I've done in London and continue to do. I chair that board still as well, was just there in March, almost got caught up in the lockdown there, and I felt like I was running the whole time to get back to Taiwan. But I really wanted to empower women right in my own community that I knew needed this service.
And for people watching, if they're in the Chattanooga area who want to take advantage of that, how can they do so?
Absolutely. You can go to our website, dfschattanooga.org. All of our services are there. You can book directly online. You don't even have to go through another nonprofit or another agency. You can just contact us directly if you are in need of interview clothing, if you are in need of coaching, want someone to look over your resume, you got an interview coming up and maybe you don't know how to work Zoom, you can contact us and somebody will book a session with you. You can schedule it out. It's all right there. Very easy. dfschattanooga.org.
As we wrap up tonight, thinking about your life, your career, and the things you've done, when people look at you and say, oh my gosh, she is from Delwood Middle School, she went to Brainerd High School, and just last week I interviewed a kid, Kobe Rivers. He is the first pilot that has got his pilot license with the Future Ready program over at Brainerd High School. So when you think about kids that are at Brainerd High School now and looking at your story, what do you want them to take away from, Juanita, straight from Brainerd High School, becoming an attorney, living in Taiwan, doing these amazing things? What would you say to them?
That if God can do it for me, he can do it for anybody. I am them. I am the exact same. I grew up on Woodmore Terrace, right up the street from Brainerd. And if God can do it in my life, he can do it in anybody's life. Don't be afraid to see yourself big. Don't be afraid to dream. Don't limit yourself. Make good choices, because life is all about the choices that we make, and the choices that you make now in your teens, in your 20s, believe it or not, how you look in your 30s and 40s, how you look, success doesn't just happen. You have to work for it. People could say you pray and faith without works is dead. So it's all about the choices that we make. Make good choices, enjoy life. But I made some good choices. Listen to the advisors that are there, at great advisors at Brainerd High School in my life. And again, if I'm here, if God did it for me, he is no respecter of person. He would do it for anybody.
And also for folks that are watching, again, where can we catch the reality show and where can we like your pages on social media?
Yes, absolutely. So you can go to the Expats Show, has its own Facebook page. I'm on Facebook, obviously. Expats Show on Instagram. I am Juanita Ingram on Instagram. And you can go to Amazon.com. It's Amazon Prime Video. If you have a Prime membership, it's free to stream. So you can go to Amazon.com. All of our friends over in the UK, you can go to AmazonUK.com or .co.uk in the UK, streaming over there too. And yeah, it's just an exciting time. And I want to say thank you so much to you, to everybody who's been so supportive of this project. The feedback has been phenomenal. I have cried so many times, my lashes end up on my cheek. It's just unbelievable, the amount of love that is poured back and the support of seeing positive images of Black people from everybody. So, and Taiwanese people included, they are ecstatic about the show. So we couldn't be more thankful for that.
Sounds good, my friend. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And don't leave. I'm going to talk to you when we go off the air. But I do want to share a quick teaser video of Juanita and her friend, her entire family, her husband, her son, her daughter. They are just really cute. So check them out and go to Amazon today. I see Carmen just posted it in the comment section. Have a good night, everybody. Check it out. The Expats, the International Ingrams. It is on Amazon right now streaming. Have a good night, everybody.
Been a bumpy ride, but we here now. We moving up, but we moving out. We international now. Me and my fam. We in the fam. No deluxe apartment in the sky, like we own the land. We own the land. And we know the plan. We know the plan. We expats now, so please just hold my hand on this journey. No place, but we learning. Put our feet where our ceiling now. We moving forward, we ain't looking back.